Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly remarkable. We're going to explore an ancient Buddhist text, but honestly, it plays out way less like a dry, dusty sermon and a lot more like a thrilling, highly symbolic courtroom drama. We're talking high-stakes debate, major tension, and it all centers around an incredibly unlikely protagonist. So let's jump right into it. Picture this. We are dropping right into the grand, imposing palace of King Ajātaśatru. The royal court is gathered, the atmosphere is super thick with expectation, and then a tense, inciting incident totally shatters the vibe. A 12-year-old girl is seated on a golden throne. 500 highly venerated, enlightened monks walk into the room, and she does the unthinkable. She completely ignores them. She doesn't stand up, she doesn't welcome them, and she absolutely does not bow, which leaves the entire room asking one very awkward question. Why?
Well, to answer that, we're unpacking a fascinating text from the C-Beta Electronic Tripiṭaka collection. It centers entirely on this defiant young girl, Princess Aśokadattā, and her name beautifully translates to sorrowless or without sorrow. And as you'll see, she certainly doesn't have any sorrow or anxiety, for that matter, about challenging the absolute highest religious authorities in her kingdom.
Section 1, A Defiant Princess, the Inciting Incidents.
So, this 12-year-old girl is sitting on her father's throne, blatantly ignoring the most revered monks in the land. Naturally, her dad, the king, is absolutely mortified. He immediately demands an explanation, but she doesn't apologize. Instead, she hits them with this brilliant, vivid analogy. She asks, would the ocean bow to a puddle in a cow's footprint? Would the sun bow to a firefly? She is literally telling a room full of revered masters that their wisdom is just a tiny puddle, and her understanding is the vast ocean. Talk about a jaw-dropping moment of supreme confidence.
Which brings us to Section 2, the two paths, Mahāyāna versus Sravakayana. To really grasp the depth of her ocean analogy, we have to look at the core philosophical conflict in this sutra. It essentially boils down to two different paths. You've got the Bodhisattva path, which is aligned with Mahāyāna Buddhism. This path seeks ultimate enlightenment, not just for oneself, but to literally save all beings. Then you have the Shravaka path, the one practiced by those 500 monks. That path focuses on personal liberation and escaping the cycle of rebirth for yourself. So the text is arguing that the Bodhisattva path is like the vast, limitless ocean, because it's about universal salvation. The Shravaka path, by contrast, it's that tiny puddle in a cow's footprint, just focused on a personal escape. The princess is basically declaring, hey, I'm on the ocean path, and I am definitely not bowing to a puddle.
Moving right along to Section 3, Debating the Masters, the Intellectual Gauntlet.
Because what follows this bold declaration is nothing short of a rapid-fire intellectual gauntlet. The princess doesn't just throw out flashy insults, she backs them up. She takes on the Buddha's top disciples one by one: Shariputra, Maudgalyayana, Mahākāssyapa, Subhuti, and Rahula. And she actually uses, she weaponizes their own specialties against them. Shariputra, the guy famous for his wisdom, stumped when she reveals the emptiness of the conceptual laws he clings to. Maudgalyayana, known for his divine vision, she challenges him to count the stars, making him realize the universe is way more limitless than his own perspective. Mahākāssyapa discovers that true seeing isn't about physical eyes at all. Subhuti, who loves meditating all by himself, is taught that true wisdom doesn't mean avoiding the world. And finally, Rahula, the Buddha's own son, known for strict rule-following, gets completely schooled on how true purity transcends rigid worldly rules. It's an absolute masterclass in non-duality.
And that leads right into Section 4, the illusion of form, the ultimate reveal. So, these venerable monks are philosophically cornered. They've been outmatched by a 12-year-old. Unable to defeat her logic, they resort to a classic patriarchal challenge. They basically ask, if you're so enlightened, why are you still in the body of a woman? It's a total last-ditch effort to put her in her place using the strict social hierarchies of their time.
Her response? It is a visual and philosophical mic drop. She effortlessly transforms her physical body into that of a man. And then, just to really drive the point home, she floats 70 zang into the air right above the crowd. To put that into perspective, that is incredibly high up.
Now, why pull off this massive stunt? It perfectly illustrates a concept called upaya, or skillful means. You see, she isn't validating their prejudice, she's mocking it. She's demonstrating that her physical form, whether it's a 12-year-old girl or a grown man, is merely a temporary, illusory tool used to teach. True enlightenment, true wisdom, it has absolutely no fixed gender, age, or shape. Form is just a vehicle. It's like changing a coat, and she can swap it out whenever she wants.
Section 5. The Ultimate Prophecy, a Future Buddha. After this breathtaking display of wisdom and power floating up in the air, the debate is officially over. The highest authority steps in. The Buddha himself comes forward. But he doesn't scold her for disrespecting his disciples. Actually, he completely confirms her teachings. He prophesies her future Buddhahood, stating that she will become the Buddha Vigatasoka, which appropriately means free from sorrow. He entirely validates her ocean-like path.
He even goes on to detail her magnificent future realm. It will be a pure land called without dirt or turbid light. Imagine this. The ground is made of fine lapis lazuli, the trees are constructed out of 7 precious jewels, and it will be completely devoid of suffering. The whole place will be populated purely by advanced, enlightened bodhisattvas. It is the ultimate, striking visual confirmation of her supreme spiritual status.
The Sutra of Ajātaśatru's daughter is a masterpiece when it comes to dismantling artificial boundaries. So it leaves us with a really provocative question. If physical form, age, and societal hierarchies are merely illusions meant to be transcended, what arbitrary limits are you accepting as reality today? Are you seeing yourself as the puddle when you could literally be the ocean? Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer, and hey, keep questioning those boundaries.